Okay, good morning, and welcome to Mornings with Michelle, episode, I think I've lost track, 37? Would that be right? I have to have a look now. Episode 36. Yes, episode 36. Today is the 17th of July and it's my twins' birthday. Yes, Sam and Jess today are turning 24. And so Jessica's over in Europe, as you probably know if you follow the channel. She's having a great birthday weekend with her friends. And Sam is here and he's asleep at the moment, but he has to work today till about 10 o'clock tonight. And then he's celebrating his birthday tomorrow with his friends. So we'll do something family-ish probably on Sunday for him. You know, they get to the stage where birthdays aren't really, the fun part isn't with the mum, you know? That's not the fun part. But anyway, so it's their birthday today and hubby and I were just actually over coffee. This is my second, my refill. We were just talking about the day the twins were born. It was quite a significant day. I had preeclampsia and yes, I had to have an emergency C-section at 34, they were 34 weeks. But they came out, they were very big babies, so they came out very big babies. So that was what was happening this day 24 years ago. And I knew I was having a boy. I knew about Sam, but we didn't know that Jessica was a girl. So I had bought all the little matching outfits I had bought. I remember do you remember the Wonder Suits, Bond's Wonder Suits, that sort of toweling material? So I had that in white, blue and lemon. I didn't have any pink. The first thing I did when I got to go shopping after they were born was I went pink crazy. So I went pink, a little bit pink crazy. Yeah, I did, just for a little bit. And she wasn't particularly, she's not really a girly girl, do you know what I mean? So probably being brought up with three brothers, but yes, she wasn't that big on pink. She's not that big on pink now, no. It was probably because of that. It was probably because I didn't overly pink her. It was funny though, when I used to take the twins to the shopping mall, I used to get stopped all the time. And this is the same conversation. Say, oh, you've got twins. Yes. Two boys? No, boy and a girl. They literally dressed in pink and blue. It's like, so she would be dressed in pink quite often. So it was like two boys. I was like, no, boy and a girl. Oh, so identical. I'm like, no, boy and a girl. Like, it's like, how could they be identical? But that was a conversation I had over and over again. I think it's just, you know how sometimes people just have a natural, I don't know. Anyway, that was a conversation I had over and over again. Okay, so that's that. So happy birthday, my babies. They would never watch this video, so they won't get to see this video. You know how I did the reject shop video earlier this week and we had the green, the frog and the lily of the valley and the fairies and the woo-woo stuff? It was such a great range. So I promised you that I'd go to the Dollarama-ish reject shop to check out how they would handle a new range, to see whether they would have it highlighted somewhere. And then of course I made that video yesterday and I got to the mall and I had a really busy day and I thought, no, you can do it, get to the mall, get this done, because then it's ticked off in my brain. Plus I really wanted to chill out. So I'd had a really busy day. So I got to the mall and my camera wouldn't work. It's working now. Is it working now? It's working now. And it wouldn't work. And every time I plugged it on, it would turn itself off. And I feel like I had a faulty memory card in it. It was a different memory card, but I know my camera is on its last legs, but I love it so much. It's just like my baby. So anyway, I got there and it wouldn't work. And I'm like, what am I going to do now? So I decided to film on my phone, which is fine. So on here. And so off I was filming on here. So when you film for YouTube videos, you have to turn it this way, so sideways. And it's, you know, I don't know, it was sort of, it's hard to hold it. And I think because I was a little bit tired, anyway, so I got home and I'm having to take the footage from here onto here to edit, and it was just a little bit fiddly, you know, not my normal. So then I got the footage on and I'm like, oh, it's a bit blurry. And I know why it's blurry now, because I had a fingerprint over one of these things. So it was actually my fault it was blurry. It was nothing to do with the phone. It was me. It was a me thing. So mental note to self, always clean your little thingy things before you film. Okay, so that's why. So that's why the footage is it's a little bit slightly blurry, I think. I feel that's the case. But it's really cool because there were so many amazing new things in store that I hadn't seen at my other store. And then, you know, watch the video and you'll see what happens. But oh, it was Very interesting, very interesting. So, and if you're a lover of craft, I go and show you the craft section. Anyway, I have just got yapping, haven't I? I've got yapping, and I meant to tell you, follow my format. Yes. So what am I wearing today? I'm wearing my Kmart Henley top, and I'm wearing my really, really cool, love them, love them, love them, pajama pants from Big W. These ones. And this is the Kmart Henley top, and it is a little bit cropped. This is from the youth section, but it is a little bit, it's a little bit cropped, but it's fine. It doesn't ride up, which is good, but I really love the color. And today I've got on a lip oil. I was just trying it out that Lulu sent me, which is from Rare Beauty, and I'm just trying it. It's quite a different color for me, but I thought it mixed in nice with this. It's a lip oil. It feels amazing. I'll say that much. I'm not sure about the color, but the color when it comes off the stick is actually this color, but it doesn't come out that dark. So it's nice. I quite like it. But it's the best lip oil I've tried. It feels good. Yes. So that's beautiful. Thank you so much, Lulu, always. And I've told you I'm drinking coffee. I'm consuming a lot of coffee to get me through the Friday. And I've had my special pink drink. That drink is Hydrolyte. What is it? It's Hydrolyte, creatine, and taurine, I think it is. Okay, Zesty share today. Well, I've already sort of shared a whole bunch of things, haven't I? I've been yapping on about birthdays and all sorts of things. So what would I share today? I always like to share something that I can share a story or something, but it'll be useful for you, because, you know, there's no point me blabbing on about my things. But, you know, like, I want to share a story that might be useful in some way to you. So I'm just trying to think about what that could be today. I don't know why it's happening at the moment. Ever since I've done my life audit, I have been discovering new things about myself a lot in the last sort of 4 weeks. But it's not just discovering things about myself, it's like examining things about myself and then changing them and not overthinking it, just going. The thing is, as soon as you change your behavior in an area of life, for example, let's just talk about getting up at 5. Once you change your behavior, the minute that you get up at 5, even if it's the first day, you are a person that gets up at 5. And I think that we feel like we have to have all of these rules around everything that we do or we try, or what does success look like. If you remove all of that and just try the things that you want to try and step into I am this person, like even if you're wanting to get rid of a bad habit, say I don't, I don't. So for example, coffee, right? So if I wanted to stop coffee, the first morning that I get up and have lemon water instead of coffee, I am a lemon water drinker because I've let go of the coffee. Now, even if it doesn't last, it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is sometimes to do the thing or to lock in a habit or something new and healthy or a new routine or a new system, you can actually step in and become the person that does the thing that you want to do, if that makes sense. So what is the person that gets up at 5? I'll go back to that example. The person that gets up at 5 has to be organized the night before. It's more about the time you go to bed than the time you wake up. They need to be able to hit the ground running in the morning. They need to have their schedule done. They need to be able to rest properly, so everything needs to be out of their mind. So rather than look at the thing that I want to achieve, I always look at what is the behavior around the thing that I want to achieve. Who would I need to become to get that result? So once you get success with one thing, and this is something that I teach, once you get success with one thing, you replicate it. But it's an ongoing process because we keep evolving and we keep changing and our needs keep changing. And as I more examine after my life audit, the things that I want to change now for my next chapter, that's brought up a whole bunch of new habits that I want to either implement or let go of. So it's fascinating. It's really fascinating. But one tip that I'd give you is when you think about the thing that you want to do, say it's going to the gym, what are the behaviors around that you would need to implement? What is the woman that gets up every day, not every day, but say twice a week or 3 times a week? What is the woman that does that? What is the behaviors that she does around that to support that habit? Yes, that's my share with you today. Off the top of my head, actually, because it's just, I was trying to think about what could I talk about, and I was thinking about what have I talked a lot about this week with coaching, and that's what we've talked a lot about. Okay, so that's that, and then what else do we do? Oh, let's go. You guys, I think you guys just hang out for these cards, don't you? Here they are, right, ready to go. I'll just take one from here. This is a card for my Zesty Besties for Friday, going into the weekend. Oh, why would I take that? Oh, well, I took it now. Oh, why would I take that? And I took it, and it's the perfect card, I think. This card is recharge, and I was actually going to say one of my Zesty shares was going to be that I am recharging tomorrow, Saturday. I am doing a whole recharge day, so because I need it, and I always know when I need to recharge, and tomorrow will be the day, let me tell you. Okay, recharge. Please slow down. It's not selfish to take time out to look after yourself. Well, that's good, because that's what your girl's going to be doing. So I hope you guys, maybe some of you might work on the weekends or whatever. I hope you guys, if you need to recharge, will recharge as well, along with me tomorrow. Okay, so that's my Saturday plans. And actually, hubby and I, when we went out, we were out the other night, weren't we? So you know exactly what I'm up to. We were talking about the things that we want to implement into our schedules. So we were talking about that the other night, which is really cool. I've got some new ideas. Yes, very excited. Very excited. Okay, here we go. This is for my Zesty Besties for today and for the weekend ahead. I'm going to take the top one again. This card is for, actually, Faith. She said the card that I pulled yesterday was perfect for her, which is great. I love that. Okay, do not focus on where you have been, focus on where you are headed. Well, that's a good one for what we've been talking about today too, isn't it? That's a good one. By doing a life audit and then figuring out not where we've been, not the past, but where are we headed? What is it that, and sometimes you don't know, right? Sometimes you really don't know, and I talk about this a lot on the channel, life on purpose after 50. Sometimes we don't know what the new thing is for ourselves, but we just know we want something. And that's fine too. So you just start taking the small steps, and I think it gets revealed. That's how I do it. So yeah, so look to where you're headed, and even if you have a glimpse of the life that you want to live now as we're getting older, and maybe you're living that life already, which is awesome. Yes, I like that card. I like that card for us. I do. I like it on a Friday. What could it be a question that we could all answer today? How about, is there any tea drinkers? How about coffee, tea, or neither? You could just say other. Yeah, let's make it really simple. I like to make it simple for you because then more people get involved. Okay, so we'll do coffee, tea, or other. Or you can just say what the other is. I just have some coffee. Guess what mine is? I did go off coffee a couple of times in life. Yes, I did. And then I heard it was really good for Alzheimer's. So I was like, I'm not going to mess with that. If it's good, it's good. You know, like with anything to do with health, I'm not saying coffee's healthy, but I'm just saying with anything to do with health, you can find, and this is why, because I'm a health coach, as you know, you can literally find any argument for or against anything, really. What I used to say to my clients when I was working specifically on health is, you know, I'm really just here to support you. You know what's good food and what's bad food. I'm here to help you plan and to create a plan and stick to the plan. That's mostly what I'm there for, accountability, and to hear about how things have been, to share recipes, and then if someone's having a hard time, to sort of say, hey, why don't you look at it like this, and why don't you maybe meal prep that part, or so just to really make it specific for that person to help them out. So that's what health coaching is. But in regard to what foods, I think intuitively people know what foods are good for them and what foods aren't good for them. And also too, as you get older, your body handles foods differently. Like, I still do like some chips, some hot chips, but I have to figure out whether it's worth it, because it makes my body feel yuck afterwards, like really yuck. So I have to figure out, is it worth it to do that? And sometimes it is worth it to do it. And sometimes I will have a serving of French fries. Yes, and you can make delicious homemade chips. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And they're pretty delicious the way I make them. So there we go. All right, so that's why I went off topic, didn't I? Did I go off topic? I did. I went off topic. This is going to be a nightmare to edit this, and I've got very limited time to edit it, so it might be all over the place. Okay, here we go. You didn't need that story. You just wanted question of the day. Yes. Okay. All right. I've got a page. I've got some glasses, and I take my pointing finger and I go over here. Did you have a best friend at school? Did you have a best friend at school? The friend that comes to mind through the whole primary school, secondary school thing is Hamish. Hamish was my friend right through the whole thing, and Hamish was he was always there. He was always there for me, like right through. And I would go and hang out with girls or different girls and have different friendship and girl friendship groups and things like that. But if I ever wanted a friend, he was always there. He was always there. And him and I used to make music, and we used to sing. He used to play the piano and I used to sing. And then we would both learn to play the guitars, and we'd write music and sing songs and write songs. And we did musicals together. He was into musicals as well, so he was always in my after school life as well. He was just the most special person. He was always there, always there. And yeah, so, but he passed away really young. So yeah, but that was my friend Hamish. And yeah, I had lots of girlfriends along the way, and special girlfriends along the way, and I can remember each girlfriend was like a chunk of time when I was going through a certain sort of thing, because I moved home a lot. We moved a lot, so I can remember different girlfriends, but Hamish was constant. He was constant for me. So, and if I think of best friend, he was my best friend. And yeah, so Hamish, there we go. All right, shout outs, let's have a look. Now, I haven't been able to get to messages this week because I'm still helping my client move house. So, and with work and with YouTube and everything else, I haven't been able to get to messages this week. So here's the thing, even if I can't answer you, I've read them. I read them all the time, but I don't often get to comment until I have some downtime where I can do that. So hopefully this weekend. My hair's still wet this morning. I've only just dried it. I want it to dry naturally. I don't like it drying it with the blow thing too much. I thought I did a good job straightening. I don't really know how to do things like that the other day. It's just all my usual girlfriends. Okay, so Susan K says, Michelle, oh, she's written me a big piece. I'll read it later. But Michelle, you look beautiful in the black skivvy and have inspired me to invest in one. Well, that's important. So thanks, Suzanne, for that. And then Laura is agreeing with me that a good night's sleep is the best. And I know so many people struggle with sleep, and I did as well. But I really worked on it. Okay, it was something that I really decided, and that's another thing that we were talking about earlier. I really decided that I needed sleep. After 50, if you've ever needed sleep, it's then, because boy, whew, you can look like without enough sleep, it's a whole other thing going on. You can, yeah. Anyway, if you're over 50, you get it. Like, I don't have to tell you guys, right? You get it. So yes, we need a good night's sleep for sure. And Lisa popped up. Hi Lisa, I hope you're going great. Carolyn's there. Carolyn had a lovely time with her family recently. Lulu's there. Hey Zesty family. Lulu's there. And Margaret. Who else is there? Sharon. Faith is there. Kazalee. And Michelle's there. Michelle's popped up. Hi Michelle. And Alison Goodall. I'm going to go through everybody now. Sharon and Linda's there. And Laura's there, and Laura's from Canada, isn't she? Yes. And then Chloe's there, Chloe from New Zealand, and Freya is there, Deborah Elliott, Sharon Walker, and Linda. So yes, all my Zesty Besties are there, all signed in, yes. So today, let me know, coffee, tea, or other. Yes. Anyway, it's Friday, and I'm rambling now. So go and have a beautiful weekend. I'm so glad that you stopped by and hang out with me. So I'm having a Saturday recharge day, so I'll be with my family. I'll be here just chilling like a villain. Yes, I will. So I hope you have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you next week. All right, see you later. Oh, I have to give you a kiss. Mwah! So have a good weekend. I will see you next week. See ya. Bye.